Hello and welcome back to another episode of StoneBlock. I'm currently up here in the rafters of our base because I've been chasing this loot bee that seems to want to evade me for any price possible. Now, I've been able to collect everything it's dropped so far, including another chance cube, which I don't know if we're gonna open today. Maybe we'll keep that for when Max gets back because, well, he's not here today. Now, Max currently at a rather big festival here in near us, and I've decided to use this time to surprise him a little. Let's let's just see if that loot beat drops anything anymore while I run you through the plan. So today I want to get the industrial area that's below our main base area a bit more set up to a point where we can actually do stuff in there, where we have space and where we have nice walls and everything. I want to make our base actually a place where we can do stuff, because at the moment it's a bit disjointed, so we're gonna get a bit of order in there and we're gonna clean it up a little bit. So, I have waited long enough for it to drop another thing, I think, so I'm just gonna go back down here and we're gonna get right started. First of all, we planted a little bit of potatoes and carrots last episode. I'm gonna want to take this and expand this a bit. So not the field per se, but I want to fill the field that we have already created. And maybe we'll have to scooch it over a little bit because there's still the wall coming. I'm gonna want to finish the wall design and see on whether or not we're gonna have a design for the top of this cave or if we're gonna leave that blank. But for now we're just gonna try to expand it a little bit, which is rather inconvenient to do it like this, so I might see if this works any better. Yes, it does. Just so I don't have to aim as precise. And then, well, we're gonna basically do this all around, but first of all, we're gonna have a look at the top here to our current base, because we have two crystal barrels which are completely disjointed. The lucky block I'm gonna, well, see, here's the issue. I already don't have space for special items, so we're gonna have that here. So we're only gonna need one blast furnace. So we're gonna take this normal furnace and put it here, even though I would suggest that we actually don't need the lodestones here. So what I'd like to do is just pull everything down. We don't really need the stone cutter in this position. This one's quite unnecessary. And now we have a bit of a slate to work with. So let's just go ahead and take the smithing table as well, because we don't need that quite yet. And I should get myself an axe, probably, though we don't need that as much down here. What's this? A worn out ender lead. Interesting. So the crafting table up front here I like very much. This clay pot is kind of in my way, so I'm gonna probably destroy it, even though I forbid Max from doing it. But it's different now because now I say it's in the way. No, so this campfire here is not really of any use to us, especially since we have torches everywhere lighting everything up. Then I'm actually gonna go ahead and get myself an axe, because there's a lot of wooden stuff around here that I need to take care of. And we're gonna just... Nope. Like this, yeah. So we're gonna get rid of this barrel, because we don't really need it. We're gonna leave the fence, I guess we could call it, intact. And we're gonna start in moving our stuff. So the cauldron here is actually also not all that useful to us. So let's place all of this here and then see what we have in here. Nothing we can't move rather quickly. So we're gonna move that in here for now. And then we're gonna start placing the stuff in here. So the crystal barrel, which I can break with a iron pickaxe, we're gonna put the barrel in the bottom right. We're gonna probably put the other one on top. And then I'm gonna want to, because we have a few of these iron chests, which are just a bit larger than normal chests, so basically a standard double chest, but we can't do double chests with those. So that makes finding things somewhat more difficult, but it's not really that big of a deal. We're just gonna go and... Didn't I say we have 3 more of those? No. Okay, so we're gonna take out this one, so we can actually open this later. And then we're gonna have all of these just to sort into there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make something for the stones, something for the tools, and then everything else will go into the crystal barrels basically. So everything will just hide in here. We're gonna take one of the blast furnace and a normal furnace, as well as the smithing table, the 1 grindstone, because that's absolutely enough, 1 stone cutter. And I'm not really sure if we're gonna need the cauldron anytime soon, so we're gonna leave that hidden in there. And we're gonna do the following. We're gonna do the smithing table here. The stone cutter, actually we're gonna hide that away here. And then we're gonna place the blast furnace and the normal furnace. No, actually we're gonna need more normal furnaces, I would suggest. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 normal furnaces here, and actually we're gonna do multiple blast furnaces here. As simple as that. And then we're gonna make a little bit of order. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do a little bit of the sorting, and then I'm gonna be with you guys again, because that's not really any interesting part. We're just gonna go through all of the inventory that we have, and I'm gonna make it look somewhat presentable, or rather somewhat usable, so we can actually find our stuff afterwards again. And then I'm gonna be with you guys again. Okay, so I just got the message in chat that I've gotten a stick, which is right here, the lucky stick of unluckiness, which is interesting because sometimes you get these sticks to place in this stick slot here. And if I put it in here, I now have plus 0.01% luck, which I don't know what that exactly does, but I'm not sure if it's on video or not in the first episode, but I have gotten a stick before that gave me another heart down here. So sometimes these are quite interesting. Anyways, I found a second furnace, which I've placed here, and now I've just looked at what the recipe is for an iron chest, because it's not actually that expensive, and sorting everything will be much easier if I have a second row of these iron chests. I mean, I could do normal chests, would be enough for probably most of it, but on the other hand, why not go out and do an iron chest if we have the resources? Now I'm gonna have to have a look if we have more iron somewhere, otherwise I'm gonna have to smash through a lot of this cobblestone, which isn't really all that big of a problem. I'm just gonna have to do that. Oh yeah, see, that's the +1 max health slot stick, which I thought we lost. But now I have +1 max health, so if I actually consume something to heal myself, we should quickly see that it goes above and beyond, and I get a little half an orange heart at the left. Once I heal that much, so we might have to wait for that a second. Anyway, I've gone ahead and emptied this out. So these are all properly sorted now, and this one's empty, and this one is the rest of the chaos, which I still want to go through and sort a little more. So we're gonna have to get some iron chests. For that we're gonna take a lot of this stuff. Actually I'm gonna leave all of this stuff here, so that's not actually wooden. Well, it is wooden, but I wouldn't classify it as there. And with all of these cobblestones, I'm gonna go ahead and get some sand, so we can go ahead and get some glass here, and then I'm gonna smash a lot of it up and brush it if I can find the brushes. So I'm gonna have to make another one, which shouldn't be that hard. So it's just straw, a rock, and a stick. And we have 6 more straws, 14 pebbles, and 2 sticks, which is probably enough for what I'm trying to do. And then I'm gonna brush it, and we're gonna see how much resources we get out of just what we had here. And I might just brush down this gravel as well. So I'm gonna go with that and move out of the way a bit. So I could go back there, which would give me more space, but I guess that doing it here would be easier, and I can just go ahead and mine out a bit more space, which is gonna be hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, because I expand my area to work with later, which I wanted to do anyways, and I also get more space. So I'm gonna go do this in a time lapse, and once I have, well, broken everything in my inventory down, I'm gonna be with you again. It's kind of weird that I kind of lost it a bit. It was just about getting 3 chests here, but I've gone through, well, almost, well, about a chest and a half, because I then hollowed out a bit more downstairs to get more resources. About a chest and a half of stone, and in here we have now all of our resources. Okay, so as I said, we're gonna go ahead and just quickly dismantle that, not dismember, sorry, that's a poor choice of word. And we're gonna go with a chest. We're gonna go with a normal one for now. We can swap that for an iron chest in a second. Go with a blast furnace here. Put all of our coal in there. Go with a hopper here. And we're gonna put, actually let's put that here as well. So we can actually double our output. Well, we could if I had one more hopper, but we can make another hopper. So let's split that, and we're gonna go 1 iron here, 1 iron here, and then we're gonna be running around with iron chests in a second. So let's go with making some chests. Get 5 iron, make myself a standard hopper. Okay, and then we'll use double chests here, so standard chests, so we can make a double chest, because I'm gonna want to funnel that together. Take the worn out ender lead, and let's go and see if in our dark room that we created up there anything has spawned, and if one of these things that has spawned might be a villager. It's quite a long walk. Oh yeah, there's a villager. It seems to be, as far as I can see on the map, and a lot of spiders. So let's try to get the spider to jump ahead a bit. Yes, and then let's see, does that... Oh yeah, that works. Perfect. Okay, so we have a villager in here, and if we take a look at our getting started quest, we have to create an empty dark room, we have a villager, and then use healing springs to bring them back. We're gonna have to look into how exactly that's gonna work, but for now we're gonna just put it in here so we can deal with that when Max is back, so we can make the progress together. I have enough iron ingots and the copper hasn't been touched, so I'm just gonna go ahead and decide that we have enough iron that I can afford to use pure iron on that recipe, and we're gonna place these down. And doesn't that look almost like a home? Wonderful. Anyways, what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to get pots for the other trees, so that's called a bonsai pot. And then I'm gonna have to decide where to put them, because right here is actually not that great of a spot. So actually let's take that one. The bonsai pots. Where could I put them that they look nice, they're not in the way, and they're easy to reach? Because I can't put them on the trapdoors. I don't want to put them on the workstations. So we'll probably keep them down. Ooh, that's a great idea. Do I have... I did have one scaffolding, right? Because I... Well, actually, I don't have any bamboo, so that's probably gonna be the issue. No, I do have... Don't we have bamboo? No, that's just... Oh, we do have bamboo growing here. Perfect. So I'm gonna go and grab myself some bamboo from here. That should regrow rather quickly. And I'm gonna need one more, so I'm gonna go to one off the top of there. Just need 12. I do have some string from making the spiders disappear over there, so let's place them in here. and get from here the 2 strings. Perfect. And then how many scaffolding? Oh, I get, that's a lot more than I need. That's brilliant. And I have enough bricks as well, because I only need 5 per pot and I only need 3 more pots. So then let's grab 1 of each except the spruce, because I have that one already. And then we're gonna grab some iron. And sticks are in here, because I do need to make 1, 2, 3. Let's make let's make 3, and I'm gonna give my axe up. So let's make 3 iron axes, and of course clean up after ourselves, because otherwise it's gonna be a mess in a matter of no time. Let's put this in here. I'm gonna just let them smelt through anyways, because we're probably gonna need some bricks for something, or I might want to double our production of wood at some point. We'll have them here. Put a bonsai pot here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I have a little issue that I forgot that I need to get some dirt. 1, 2, 3. And I'm wondering whether or not I can actually pipe off. No, I don't need to decorate those with dirt. I just want the dirt as the growth space. I'm wondering if I can, if I were to change the scaffolding for hoppers, could I hopper out the logs and everything, so I can produce a lot more, because these get full rather quickly. I mean, they only have 6 slots over here. Oh yeah, we ran a backup, which is good. And I'm gonna try, because I don't think that a hopper is gonna be an issue to have laying around. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna make 1 for now. So 1 hopper. Let's look at that. If I take this out and I put a hopper there, yes, that works absolutely amazing. Planks, chests. Let's make another chest just for the fun of it. And then I'm gonna need 4 of these. So 2 here, 4, 4, 4, and 4. No, actually, I need full copper on those. Yeah. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Now I can have that laying in here and just go and grab some more copper from over here. Finish that. Go over here. Take another copper. Okay, now only 1 of those is working on copper. That's why it's a bit slower than I thought. But I do have 3 copper, which is enough to finish the last copper chest. Now I place 4 glass. Then we're gonna quickly go run after the loot bee. 4, 4. Oh, that was a quick loot bee. Oh, but it was right there, so let's just see what it dropped. Drawer, a gold ingot, and leather, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. A boatload of metals, and we're gonna have a boatload of wood soon as well. Perfect. Now that's what I call efficient. Oh, and I did want to go ahead and swap that axe for mine, just so that it's a little easier, that I can run for a while. Let's collect all the potatoes. And I think that's gonna be just about all of it, because I mean, we did expand some. We didn't do the walls, but now that we have the wood going, we should be able to make a pretty wall somewhat soon. The expansion isn't really that interesting. I might do that off camera. I might treat you to another time lapse next episode. Just you know, guys, let me know if you would prefer that to be done off camera, or if you would like the time lapses. This was a very time lapse heavy episode, with the big time lapse in the middle. But I'm gonna say we got quite a bit done today. I'm quite happy with that. And then I'll see you guys in the next episode when Max is back from his festival, and we can actually continue on the main quest since I got the villager now. Alright guys, have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a nice night, depending on when you're watching this, and I see you soon. Bye.